What is going on, guys? It's Blink here, back with a new guide. This guide is another great under pressure guide, and hopefully it can help some of you guys learn a few new things. Also, the V-Bucks giveaway is still going on, so make sure to visit the link in the description to enter. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications as I post an Amazon gift card code in the comments every time I upload. By turning on notifications, you'll have a way better chance of getting here first and redeeming that code. Anyways, guys, let's get this guide started. Now, I wasn't able to add any cinematics to the first few examples because the new Fortnite update corrupted all my replays, which is unfortunate. Only the final example will have the cinematics. Epic announced that they are working on a way to avoid replay corruption during updates, but next time I'll make sure to be prepared before the big update. Alright guys, so this first situation is a squad game example. Me and my squad mate pushed two players holding the edge of the circle. Quickly got above them to have an advantage. I was able to finish one off and another one started shooting at me, so I built back up for the high ground right away. That's another instant advantage for me for an easy kill in the end. Always make sure you're building up for that high ground. It gives you an instant advantage over your opponents. Now, my other teammate does get pushed by two other players and we weren't in a position to help as we had a few more players trying to shoot us from the south. So I knew there were two players by my teammate and I had a jump pad. If I'm able to tag one with the sniper, me and my teammate will go for the push for a quick 2v2 and see if we can kill them both off before their teammates get close to help them. I hit the sniper on one of them and that was our cue to jump pad to them. We downed one and there isn't any time to finish him as we don't know where the second player is. You need to go for that high ground as soon as possible, which is what we did. Spotted the other player and we were able to down him too. Now, we thought there was one more player left, which is why I jump padded down to him, which put me in a bad spot. If I knew there was two players left, I would have played that differently. Never paid attention to the player count and it put me in a bad position. My teammate goes down and lets me know there are two players left. Now I'm in a pretty bad situation, which is fine. The better you get at being in bad situations, the more skill you'll develop. So the storm starts pushing me in and I'm trying to keep the high ground as I push towards the safe zone. You want to rotate your stairs down and up to avoid getting your material shot out to avoid falling to your death. So I was able to safely hold the high ground by rotating my stairs down and up. I do get my material shot down and never took any damage from the fall because rotating the stairs kept me low enough to the ground. Now I knew there were two players left, so make sure you keep in mind where both players are. After I dropped down, I instantly built to my right because I knew there was one of my opponents somewhere to the right of me. The key to winning these 1v2s is to build support to block shots from both players at the same time. The better you get at it, the easier these 1v2s will become. Building proper structures will make it into two 1v1 fights instead of a 1v2. So right when I dropped down, I built right back up for that high ground and I was able to spot and down one of my opponents trying to build up. Now you guys notice I'm shooting him with my AR. I do enough damage to where I'm comfortable that I won't get shot. You don't want to forget about your other opponent. He can laser me at any second when I'm peeking out with my AR. So the smart thing to do is to back up into your fort and look for the last player. Now I look for this last player and he starts building up and gets above me. So what I do is build higher than him and not allow him to grab that high ground. He tries to do it again and I'm able to eliminate him as he tries to build up. I want to mention one thing that a lot of players ask in the comments is what do you do if your opponent tries building above you in a different direction? And I'll show you what to do in this next example. So I get above these two players and I'm able to down one of them. Now I notice one of them trying to build away from me and above me. I already have the high ground and all I now have to do is build a little higher than him and add some pressure before he gets onto my level. Super simple, don't panic and try to repeat these steps. There isn't an exact destination you guys have to build up to, so don't freak out if someone tries building above you. If you notice it early, then start building up because you're already above him. So in this next situation, there was a player on top of the mountain with probably the best spot. The only issue was that he built 5 stories high, so what I ended up doing is trying to knock his fort down. Made sure to jump around as I did it. You never want to stand still because you're in risk of being sniped by him or any other opponent around. Managed to knock him down and went for the push on him. He built above me and that's not an issue. I built around his stairs and made sure to place walls right in his direction. Now this is where you want to quickly build up so you can grab that high ground back. Remember to add those double stairs to block him from building above. Now I did taunt him and I like to do this sometimes because it might make your opponent worried as he's basically thinking, wow, he taunted me and we haven't even finished this fight. He must be pretty confident in winning it. Now he jump padded away and you want to try putting in as much damage as you can when he's in the air. I ended up taking his jump pad to find him and what I never noticed throughout the whole fight was I had another pump which could have gotten me killed. Fortunately I was able to close the fight off with the scar. Now this last situation was in my opponent's advantage most of the fight, but I was able to pull through it and I'll show you guys what I mean. So I was getting ready to build up to my opponent and I can tell he's super aggressive and knows what he's doing. I took some damage so I backed up and made sure to take my minis before getting ready for the big fight. She went for the push on me and what you want to do is build away but build up and fight for the high ground. Now she overbuilt me and what you want to do is use the floors to go around her stairs and build up. She ended up building up over me again and once again I was able to quickly grab that high ground back. Now what I instantly did was build a little closer towards all the support in the middle. When you need to get that high ground back and you build away from the massive structure, you risk getting one staircase shot down and then you end up falling to your death. I do this to many of my opponents and I look for their stairs if players are in risk of falling to their death. So you want to quickly build back to the middle just in case you get your platform shot down. You'll fall back onto the big structure you both built. Now after getting that high ground, I now have to play it super aggressive. We're both at risk of getting our structures shot down, and I cannot allow any more building. What you want to do now is look for your opponent and hop around the structures to find him. I try to be cheeky and try to get a shot off with the pump on the back of my opponent. Unfortunately, I missed, and because of that, I lost the high ground. I was able to fight back for it and fortunately got it back. Once again, after grabbing it, I went aggressive again, and I was able to spot my opponent. So I dropped down and got both shotgun shots off and eliminated my opponent. The fight had to end really soon. We were way too high and in a super big risk of getting our support shot down. If I noticed a player trying to shoot it down, I would have instantly disengaged if nothing was happening in the fight. You want to be as aggressive as you can when you get that high ground. That's how you'll be able to stop your opponents and win most of your fights. So hopefully you guys enjoyed another one of these being under pressure guides. Unfortunately, there was a lack of cinematics, but hopefully I've helped some of you guys out with this video. And a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated, as it does help me out a lot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you on the next one.